Hello, this is Mr. Kessler, and I am wearing a headset because some of you said you couldn't hear me so well. So hopefully you can hear me now. Today we're talking about graphing a linear inequality. So to graph an inequality, first you have to graph it just like it's an equation. Second, determine whether the line is solid or dotted. Third, check if 0, 0 is a solution to the inequality. If it is, shade in the region that includes 0, 0. If it's not, shade in the region that does not include 0, 0. What does that mean? Let's make sense of it. So you're going to graph this like it's an equation. So you're going to find, in this case, it's in slope-intercept form, so it's very easy to determine the y-intercept, which is -3, and the slope is up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Okay, so now we have a line here. Whoops. Better. Okay, so now we have to determine whether this line is solid or dotted. Oh, in the case of inequalities, if you have a less than or a greater than symbol, you want to use a dotted line. If you have a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to symbol, you want to use a solid line. And here's why. If you have a dotted line, what you're saying is every single ordered pair on that line is not part of the solutions to that inequality. If you have a solid line, what you're suggesting is that every single coordinate pair on that line is a part of the solution. In this case, we have a greater than symbol, so therefore we need to use a dotted line, which we kind of already have. So that means all of those coordinate pairs on that line are not solutions. Let's find out if that's true. Let's use 3, 3. Plug in 3 for y and 3 for x to see if 3, 3 is a solution. 3 is less than or greater than 3. Is 3 greater than 3? No, it's equal to 3. So 3, 3 is not a solution. Now, what are the solutions then to an inequality? Well, all of the solutions to this inequality are either going to be on this side of the line, or all of the solutions to this inequality are going to be on this side of the line. We have to determine which side are the solutions. Well, to do that, we use the point 0, 0. Why do we use 0, 0? It's really easy to evaluate equations when we use 0. So 0 is greater than 2 times 0 minus 3. If this is true, and it is true, 0 is greater than -3. So what that means is 0, 0 is a solution to this system. So that's one of the solutions. Guess what? All of these ordered pairs above the line are also solutions. So to show that, we shade in. Back to kindergarten in our coloring. We shade in the entire region, suggesting that every single one of these coordinate pairs, even the ones in between the lines on the grid, are solutions to that inequality. Make sense? If 0, 0 was not a part of the solutions, you would shade in the region that is below the line. Okay, so now, seriously stop this video, and I would like you to try your hand at graphing this inequality. Give it a pause. I hope you did it. Okay, to determine. You could graph this one of two ways. One, you could, like I did with the red pen here, I turned it into slope-intercept form and found out that my y-intercept is -4 and my slope is up 2 and over 1, 2, 3. So that's how I found that. Or you could just find the intercepts, plug in 0 for x, and determine that y is -4. So 0, -4. Plug in 6 for x, and you found out that y is 0 when x is 6. So there's another way to graph this. Now, your next step after you've done this is you have to determine which are the solutions. It's a dotted line because it's a greater than symbol, not also equal to. So all of those dots on that line are not part of the solutions, but which region do we shade in? So now we try it with 0, 0. 2 times 0 minus 3 times 0 is greater than 12. Is 0 greater than 12? It is not. So we're not including all of these solutions up here. We're including all of these solutions down here. Shade in the region. Next up, I'll have you know I draw graphs with a pen. You're reckless, SpongeBob. You're reckless. Okay, now you're given a graph and you have to determine what the inequality is to model it. You write it just as. So we've got positive 4 is our y-intercept, and our slope is down 1 over 1. So our slope is a positive 1. Y equals, if this were an equation, it would be y equals, but it's not. It's an inequality, so we have to determine the sign. But let's first fill in what else we know. 1x plus 4. Next thing we got to figure out is 0, 0 looks like it's a part of the solution, yes? So you could use 0, 0 to figure this out. So put in 0 for y. We don't know the inequality symbol yet. 0 for x. 0. Which inequality symbol makes this true? Goes this way. That's how you figure out your inequality. Next, you're going to try it. Pause the video, give it a shot. I hope you did it. To write inequality, model the graph. Okay, so we did. We found the y-intercept on the graph. We found the slope. Now we just have to determine 0, 0 is a part of the solutions. So if I substitute 0 in for this, 0 is greater than -2. So therefore the inequality is y is greater than 1/4 x minus 2. Now it's up to you. Try your hand at the 6.5 quick check. Remember, try it as many times as you need to get a perfect score. Hey, bye.